Welcome everyone to the GOAT Code. This is something I've been working on for literally 3 decades. So I'm super excited to share this with you to help you understand how to truly instantly hit the ball better than you ever thought possible. And I want to walk you through the program because it is laid out a very specific way for a very specific reason. I want you to literally go through the videos in the exact order that they're listed. They are literally numbered for each phase. Phase 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, etc. Each phase has this. There are 4 phases. And I'm going to walk you through how to use these to get the most effective, quickest change in your golf swing and truly understand how to instantly control a golf ball, how to instantly control the club face. And you're going to see that that is really a huge part of what you're learning. You're learning 2 things in this. As a trail side pattern, you're learning how to control the club face with your trail hand and how to add force or speed with your trail hand. And once you understand those 2 things, then golf becomes really, really simple. And so as you walk through this, you're going to see there's an introduction video. It's going to explain some things, and then you're going to go to the GOAT delivery position. This is a fundamental of the golf swing. And phase 1 is building some fundamentals to teach you how to be able to putt. So you'll see the grip and setup and so on, but you will see that there's a reason that Tiger Woods always started every practice round or every round in a tournament with trail hand only putting and his tee drill. And both of those drills are in here. And there's a reason for it. And the reason why this is so important and why you need to go through this is that you're learning the fine motor control of controlling the club face with your trail hand. It's very different if you come from a traditional golf swing that's lead side dominant. Things are going to feel very, very different and in reverse in many ways. But this is how the GOAT swings the club. So you'll learn how to control that club face in very simple strokes that are very slow and easy to control at first, relatively. Because if you can't control the club face at 5 miles an hour, there is no chance of you controlling it at 105 miles an hour. And there is no reason that every single one of you, almost every single one within reasonably decent shape, can swing well over 100 miles an hour. And I'm saying well over 90% can swing that fast, no matter at any age. I just had a 79-year-old hit a 305-yard drive this past week, who's a student of mine, and I had one who's 72 at Castle Pines this weekend, hit a 323-yard drive, which he's never done in his life. He's been a member there for 25 years. So things can improve, and that was all done on the course, no in-person lesson, just literally walking him through these simple things that you're going to learn in an accelerated fashion over a course of 27 holes. So you can make radical changes very, very fast, and we're doing it every single day in in-person lessons. So this is fundamental. You've got to learn to control that club face with the trail hand because it is very different. And then you're going to see, are you ready to move on to phase 2? And that's where the skills assessment challenges come in. There's a very specific challenge that you're going to be able to do that's going to show whether or not you have mastery over this club face, moving at 5 miles an hour in the putter. And if you don't, then there's no point in moving forward because you're going to have a hard time controlling the face. Now, what if you use like a pencil grip or a claw grip or something like that? Do you need to go through this? You don't have to, but you are going to lose out on the benefit of learning that really nuanced, fine motor control. And as you go into the comments, you'll see everybody said about 300 to 500 reps on average is what it takes for them to really begin to grasp what they're doing here and be able to consistently make putts the way that you're going to learn in the skills assessment challenge. Once you do, you're going to start to realize, holy cow, I actually can become a great putter and I have control of this club face. It's no longer a mystery to me as to where this thing is pointing because you're learning how to do it the correct way with your dominant hand, which is far more coordinated than any part of your body, if you think about it. So not using it in the golf swing, while definitely an option, this makes it so much simpler for the vast majority of people, and it's much faster to learn because it's your dominant hand. Once you're past the skills assessment challenge, you're going to move to phase 2. And phase 2 has, we're chipping now. So each phase basically builds on 2 things, speed and wrist set, if you think about it. And those are really kissing cousins. They're one and the same thing. But as we start to add more speed, we have to start adding more wrist set. There's a very little amount of wrist set in the putting stroke. There is some, absolutely. And then there is some more in the chipping stroke. And then as you move into phase 3, pitching, there's more still. And so each one is challenging you to learn how to set your wrist properly to start to be able to produce effortless speed, which is what this is really all about, and while still not losing control of that club face. Being able to produce speed and still have the club face absolutely dead square with a very square path to the ball every single time. You're going to learn exactly how to do that in this phase. You're also going to learn Club Face is King is one of the most important videos in your journey here. It's going to help you understand really how you truly have control over that club face. Golf should no longer be a mystery for you. Once you get to this section of the program, you'll start to be like, oh, okay, this is way simpler than I've been made to believe or thought about it in the way that I had in the past. And you'll realize that once you understand how to control the club face, golf becomes a completely different game. You are playing golf instead of fighting golf swing all the time. Just like before, is a skills assessment challenge. Once you pass that, it's very challenging. There's a couple of challenging drills in here and some bonus stuff teaching you how to put the trail hand ripper chip, I call it, which is just a very low flying, super high spinny shot that you're going to be shocked how easy it is to hit this shot. So you can look just like a pro off any lie, and I will show you exactly how to do it in that phase. And it's actually a helpful thing to help start teaching you club face control and how to release the club properly to make these shots very simple. Once you get into phase 3, we start pitching. We have more wrist set. We have more body turn. We're starting to kind of have to, the whole body's starting to have to understand how to work correctly and listen to the hands and listen to the club head and provide the right amount of power the right way. And so you're going to start to understand that. And most importantly, just like the club face is king, compression is also one of the most important things that you're going to develop in this program. You're going to learn how to control the starting line, but hit the balls that hiss through the air, not ones that sound like a powder puff and just kind of weakly float up high, no spin, no control, and you're at the mercy of the wind. Balls that fly through the air properly, you have to have the proper amount of shaft lean. You have to understand how to do it the proper way. That's what this video is about. It's teaching you how to do it in a controlled fashion. So you're instantly going to be able to start compressing the ball and understand why you haven't. And you're going to hit pitch shots that are going to feel like the best pitch shots of your life. Once you're through with pitching, you move into phase 4. And phase 4 is taking you all the way to the end. You're going to start to understand how to use your core, how to activate your core. Because one of the bonuses of learning how to use your trail hand is that you begin to be able to apply force actively to the golf club if you want to. You don't have to have a super smooth, effortless swing with this. In a lead side pattern, you do. You've got to let things unfold in the golf swing. In a lead side pattern, the traditional golf swing, you've kind of got to have good rhythm and tempo and be very smooth and give time for the club to release. In the trail side pattern, you just make it release. It's completely different. You get to force things to happen. You don't have to be all super patient and zen-like to be able to swing like this. You can rip on it. And so as you start learning how to build core strength and speed using your fascia, you're going to start to understand that, oh gosh, I can actually swing hard and hit the ball a long ways and actually know where it's going. Versus right now, if you swing really hard, it probably just slices off the planet for most people. They just don't have any control. That's all going to change by the time you move into this and start learning how to apply force. And then you're going to go through things in sequence. You're going to go through 20-yard shots, 40-yard shots, 60-yard shots, 80-yard shots, etc. And we're going to slowly start building you up into this ball striking machine that has complete control over the ball launch angle, the spin rate, direction. You're going to have, and as you'll see in here, like even from 40 yards, you're able to hit the flagstick. You're going to be able to hit 5 out of 5 in a 6-foot circle. That's 3 feet on either side. I do it in the video, show you it's very, very simple. The golf swing becomes very, very simple. You start to become a true short game and wedge play master, which builds into your iron play, which is building into your driver play, because the driver swing in this program is basically just a big putting stroke. And as you start going through the program, you'll start to understand that. That doesn't seem possible at first. Like, how could the driver swing have anything to do with the putting stroke? As you see, it will be exactly the same. There's weight shift, there's hip rotation, there's core rotation, there's arm swing, there's wrist set, there's wrist release, there's a hitting action. All of it is the same, and that's why it's so important to learn the stuff in the small strokes before you move to the big stuff. And that's why I want you to go through it literally in the order it's laid out. And as you go through it, like once you're done with one, you'll literally see a mark as complete button, and you click that. Now it's marked as complete. If you go back, it'll be grayed out in your list. So you'll see that one's marked out, showing you how far you are through this phase. And you just click the next button and go through the next video, and you watch them exactly in the sequence that they are. And you work through it at your own pace. You get here when you get here. If you want to take a deep dive, down here is where the webinar videos are. These are member videos that I've done for free, just doing like an hour-long webinar, taking some questions, things that I see in the comments. So please post your comments and questions and videos underneath each of the videos as you go through the program to help us see how you're progressing and help you if you get stuck on something. But here I actually help some students in person live, over like Zoom basically, over the internet. So this is how we basically do live lessons. So you'll get to see kind of how that works, how we work on things in person, and how we like do a live lesson really, really quickly and get you help you understand how to fix things very fast. But also there's a lot of deep dive into some of the understandings of what's really happening in the golf swing, how to connect your core to create power, how to use your fascial system to be able to make your swing feel explosively fast, effortlessly, get your power back. And that's really what a big part of this is I've watched so many senior golfers over the years. You guys know I was the teaching pro at Castle Pines. The average age up there is pretty old. I won't say the exact number, but most of the members up there are a lot older. And so I watch them have to go up a set of tees every year or every couple years, and that's depressing. And you don't have to do that. I've got 79-year-olds who are hitting it 300 yards. And you'll understand that once you start learning how to do this stuff, it was always way simpler than you thought. It was always right in front of your face. So I hope that helps you understand how to go through the program. I'm adding more videos, so you will see some of these numbers change, but as they pop up, you'll see them in here pop up as red. So if you're already through that phase and I add a new one to that to help some people understand how to do something a little bit more clearly, then that'll pop up and you can watch that, mark it as complete, and off you go. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments.